Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Not So Live show. Look really close. I'm here. My name is Matt B. Davis. Cheryl Snow is here from Las Vegas. Matt Kemp making yet another appearance from New York City. What borough are you in right now?
I'm in Brooklyn.
Let's freaking go.
Yeah, at the gym.
You're fuzzy.
Oh, no. I'm in that little closet, as you call it. It's a little gym kitchen.
Well, I woke up in New York, but guess what? I'm home. Thank goodness. You know, Matt, I started the week with you. We went to Broadway, and then I ended the week with you. What a great trip.
Well, oh, there he is. Okay.
Can you hear me? No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
For once, I'm fine, and this time it's him.
Just enjoy, Matt. Just enjoy. Well, he fixes that. I want to know who picked the play that you guys went to.
Oh, well, I've never been to Broadway, and I was looking, and it didn't take long. Like, it jumped right out at me. It was
Dog Day Afternoon.
Dog Day Afternoon, starring John Bernthal and Eben Moss-Bachrach, and everything else on Broadway was like, meh, like I'd maybe go see it, but this one was like, I will pay top dollar to see this. I'm very excited to go see this. Figured a time that Matt and I could both go, that we weren't racing, that we weren't doing other stuff. And so we went the first night I got back this second week. And when I was buying the seats, there was some front row, and then there was slightly further back, and chat was like, yeah, front row's a little tough. Like, it's not necessarily like a concert. Like, you might be straining your neck. So I ended up doing third row. Third row is like, I mean, I think he spit on us a couple times. I mean, we were close. So I'm so happy we did it. Like, perfect would have been 2 more rows back. But because the whole theater isn't even that big, right? Like, the whole place is just, it's not like, you know what I mean? Like, it's you know, less than a deck of fit. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing that struck me from your footage was how intimate that seemed. I was expecting bigger theaters, but I suppose there are lots of different sizes. Kemp, you probably know all about this. You've probably been to all of them and know everything. But I was just expecting sort of giant theaters and not that kind of access to some really great actors. So I thought that was really cool.
You're unfrozen now, Matt. You're good.
It was great. I thought it was cool. Yeah, you know what's funny? When I left the room, it says like MacBook device, whatever, is no longer working. I was like, goodness. It just kicked me out and said I couldn't unclick the mute, but whatever. Anyway, I'm back. I didn't know about the seats, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm down to do this. Let's go do it. And it was like it had like orchestra level, and it had like 1 tier above. So, but like the actors were at points in the crowd, like to kind of use that as like part of the scenes. And they were like in the back corner of the upper level, kind of like screaming down as if they were yelling at him from like the chopper kind of thing. So it was like, yeah, they kind of used the whole space. So like it wasn't, you know, a huge theater. Maybe, I don't know, 1,000 people like that. I'm not sure how many people would fit. I'm not great at guessing those kind of numbers. But yeah, it was a great show. It's funny. It was good laughs. And we got kind of lucky. Like 2 people there were 2 empty seats next to me, so I got a little extra leg room. Because at first when we sat down, I was like, it's a little tight, these seats. I was able to spill my legs over a little bit and move my bag over. So had a good time.
I didn't even realize that. I was so enraptured by the show because I had some nice couple whatever next to us. Well, I was nervous about it first because she was yapping a bit before the show because like she had no idea about like what it was, which I was kind of surprised because I assume everybody does know the movie, and she was like, oh, so in the movie, it's the guy that played Fredo. Like, she's just being like super loud. I was like, oh my God, I hope she's not going to do this during the play. And she did not. And if you want to go see that play, I would highly recommend it. They do an amazing job. The rest of the cast is people you recognize as well. The rest of the cast is all a bunch of people like, oh, I know her from that. I know him from that. And so, yeah, they made it surprisingly funny. Like it's like it was a comedy almost more so than a drama, and the movie is not, right?
Well, that's okay.
We were hysterically laughing.
One of the first movies I ever saw on TV as a kid was Dog Day Afternoon, and my parents should not have just let me sit there and watch that. That was like, I still remember how I felt. That was such a stressful movie, right? Like Al Pacino was unbelievable in that. And it's like watching an episode of The Bear, just really hard to see some of the emotion. I don't know where the humor is in that. Like, I would be very curious.
Well, I mean, first of all, he didn't do Al Pacino. He did himself. But a couple times he definitely, like, if I would interview him, I would say, like, there were a couple of times, I forget what the phrases were. I wish I could remember. I'm like, oh, well, now he's channeling Al. But but I think he did make it his own pretty well. But, just there's like the people in the bank, just all, I mean, and the timing has to be good, right? And the acting has to be good. But no, they made it really funny. They made it so everybody that asked me, I'm surprisingly funny. Because I wasn't expecting to be laughing a lot. But yeah, I was so glad we went. And like, again, I went back and looked. I'm like, is there another play I want to see while I'm here? And there wasn't. Like, there just wasn't. So
Lion King not on your list.
I don't think Lion King's even playing right now. But
it's not, probably. Yeah, I don't even know. So look, just felt so New York for you guys to start the weekend like that. Like, to just sort of, like, obviously last weekend was incredible for the race itself, but then to come back in and kind of do some things. And I will say, I feel like the cancellation, and I'm sure we'll talk about this, but the cancellation on Saturday night, having you guys do that at the training lab felt so New York, right?
Yeah, I can jump into that. So I was supposed to race Saturday night for men's doubles pro, and I was actually like out of the race as my like A race of the weekend. So I'm a little disappointed it got canceled, but like, we'll talk about this. Unfortunately, I'm only around to like another 20 minutes. Well, so I'll try to keep it concise on what I really think. But they had the like, I understand why they canceled. They had to cancel. It poured. It came down. Thunderstorm warnings, lightning warning. You can't have people on a pier. Like, the pier is just covered in metal girders. Like, there's no like, it's the worst target for it. And obviously people are complaining about indoor, outdoor, all that stuff. We'll get to that. But as far as like the training lab idea, so I was supposed to race with my partner who I found was, and originally I had a different partner. Unfortunately, my buddy Gary is having some issues with his knee, so he had to pull out about a month ago. I found this other guy, Derek, through the training lab. He shouted to Derek for not in on this. He also ran solo on Wednesday and Thursday in open. First heat of the day, both ran 57 and a 58. Back to, and then I was like, so I'm supposed to be chasing this guy around the pier all Saturday night. So then, it's like 6 o'clock. I'm on the ferry on the way there, and Matt texts me. He's like, "Hey, it looks like they're starting to shut things down over here." I was like, and I was like, "There's no official like they didn't make any. There wasn't any official email yet or whatever." But by the time I got off the ferry, like within the next, I got there like 10 minutes later. I walked by I could hear the music's off. They're just making kind of announcements. The start area, the bag check were like packed. Everyone's getting their bags back. So that kind of sucked. But I think that was like 6 o'clock, 6:10. I got off the ferry at like 6. I put it on my Instagram, like 6:28 p.m. Ruben, the CEO of Training Lab, he was supposed to run men's pro. He goes, "Who wants to run it here at the lab?" And like, we had like 4 teams just go on over, start at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. A bunch of people who were going to spectate came over with alcohol, food, and donuts and whatever else. And they set it up within 10, 15 minutes and kind of start times, and ripped it. A couple teams, like, actually there was one women's pro team that came in. They ran their first couple lock until it started raining, and then they started running it in just because of the treadmill availability. Like, honestly, great pitch. Such the one thing I was so thankful about was it didn't allow me to get into like that mopey mode of like, oh, I can't race, this sucks, right? Like, by the time, like, I was still kind of in like, maybe they're going to delay it, maybe they're going to do this, maybe they're going to, who knows what the actual answer is going to be. Before we can even figure that out, like, they came in with like, hey, let's just run it at the gym tonight. Because, like, all right, and like, all right, fuck it. Like, it just took my energy somewhere else as opposed to me like getting angry about it, which was like, I think the best part about it. It allowed me to kind of like just get all competitive energy out and run it. So it was awesome. It was a great way to do the Saturday night. To indoors in the sim and whatnot, but it's not the same exact environment. But I felt like I had like a good sim. So that was a great, just honestly huge shout out to the whole Training Lab team for that one. I had to get the coaches like a little gift because they just kind of like let us do it and try to buy them gift cards or something. I don't know, but it was huge. Honestly, it was like a great event to get, and like people are like our spectators are just sitting on the fan bikes that aren't being used, and just like watching. It was like it's a fun little, like, great time.
Well, so you were one of the lucky ones. I think everybody's delayed but me, so I'm just going to talk, and maybe I'm being delayed too. But you were one of the lucky ones. I'm wondering what the sentiment was on the ground from everyone. I know I saw online people were pretty upset. It seemed like the fact that you had to find out from Matt sort of surprises me, that there wasn't some sort of blast text from HYROX or something like that to give everybody a heads up.
So within like minutes.
Well, at 7 o'clock,
Matt
they told you that
like,
at 5:50, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right. But they were shutting it down at 5:50, and that's when the story came out at 7 o'clock.
So
the way I think found out the most is that there were, like, the way I started finding out other channels that people were like, people checking in for Men's Pro were saying, hey, they're not giving out our chips. It was going, people had hit it. So once that happened, I was like, oh yeah, they're probably just waiting to communicate it now. Yeah. So that's kind of like, once that word got out there, like, leaked around. Yeah. Sorry.
So I heard from my source that it was shutting down. And it's really funny is that, it's getting towards the end of the week. And I was like, I'm kind of tired. I don't know if I want to be here. And then I got a text. It's like, race is canceled. I'm like, did I do that?
I thought you did that, Matt. I actually did.
Did I wish that upon
you had texted me
I just texted you.
Yeah.
So I trust my sources, and I still, I'm not going to announce it. Like, I can't do it before they do. Right. So but I want to get out of there, and I want to record a message before I get out of there. Like before I get, it starts raining, or I, like walking up the hill. So I stop and I record it, and I was like, I hope people don't hear me saying this. And then as I'm leaving and walking down, what do you call that path next to the West Side Highway, Matt? That running path that we ran on? What do you call that?
That highway, it's like part of it.
What do you call that running path we ran on?
We just call it the West Highway. Yeah.
Okay, so we're walking down West Side Highway, and as I'm walking down, here come a lot of smiling people walking towards their doom,
excited.
And I feel like I'm in the zombie movie. Like, I want to go, no, go back, but I can't say anything. So I tell Matt, right? Matt's the only one I told. I'm like, hope nobody's looking over his shoulder. I'm like telling him, not that he could do anything. I know he's on a fucking boat, right? So zombies are going to get you when you get here, no matter what. You're on a boat. You can't get off. So he's like, it's starting to get around on the chats. And then once somebody messaged me and said they're not handing out chips, I'm like, okay, well, now the world knows, which hadn't even occurred to me that they had to do that piece. Once it's at the Javits Center, it's everywhere. So that's when I went ahead and did it. And, I made sure in my message I put, I don't know what's happening, and follow their channel for official word. You know what I mean? Like, made sure that was what communicated. And here's what I think is interesting is, people are upset, but I do think after last year, especially, this might happen. Like, what's our plan? Let's have the fucking email written with a couple of blanks, right? And then as soon as we're ready to act, we can act, right? Let's write the message now. Here's the plan for when the race shuts down. And maybe they did. Maybe that was the plan, and it just took a lot longer, because you don't want to put out half information. You don't want to put out bad information. But if it's not happening, and you can do what they did, which is say, hey, it's not happening, turn back, more info tomorrow. They could have sent it at 5:50, right? I think I heard at 5:30, right? So if it takes you 10, 15 minutes to do it, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe someone forgot to press send. Maybe they were going to say it, but it still wasn't emails. It was only an Instagram message.
Right.
And I had heard that they might text everybody, because maybe you have to opt in for that, but there should have been a quicker, on the go. Before we talk about, how much time you got, Matt?
I got 10 minutes.
All right, let's talk about our race then, and I'll save some of the other stuff. Because the number of pushes and pulls, there's a very distinct rhythm to it, right?
I gotta go now.
And if you're splitting it up, If you're splitting it up, have the conversation. Let's do half and half. I'll do the whole first one, whatever you're going to do, right? And so when you've done a lot of these races, and I've watched, I don't know how many races, right? Watched and clapped and supported, you kind of know it's like, okay, the push is down, back, down, back. The pull is pull, 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 pull. And so this one is different, right? Because it's shorter. And so Matt and I get to the end of what he thought was the end, and what I didn't think was the end, but was kind of too tired to argue.
Was it 4 polls then? You did 4 polls and you thought you were done?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I said one more, and he goes, no, we're good. And I saw the people next to us take off, and it's one of those things that, like, this is truly race brain, because two rational people would be like, let's just do one more. But it wasn't. It was like urgency and let's go. Like in my mind, when I saw those people leave, and Matt and from that moment on, I forgot about it. We come around once, we come around again. Matt goes, okay, it's not on the board. We're fine. And in my mind, again, I'm literally not even looking at the board because we're just, we're just counting laps or whatever. And it's always so fast. I find it so hard to fucking find my name. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I kind of never do that anyway. And then we go by on the next round, and Matt's like, fuck, we got a penalty. And you see it, and it's 4 minutes, and it's huge. I mean, it may as well have been the entire board was a giant 4, right? But what happened for me, and I promise I'll let you talk in a second, Matt, what happened for me was Matt immediately was really bummed. And I didn't want him to be bummed because Matt, I thought you were bummed for me because you wanted to pull me to a PR, right? So I'm like, buddy, it's okay. And you're like, fuck. I'm like, dude, it's totally fine. Like, all we can do is right here, right now. Let's stay focused. And I could tell you were like holding on to it. And by the way, and I felt that way. I was totally not worried until we were almost third, which we'll get to. Then I was mad. But I want you to tell it from your perspective, because I know how you were going to do your lengths is what kind of set it off.
Yes. So I was definitely taking accountability for it. I think I was the person who should have been keeping track of that. And you
were the pilot. You were the pilot.
Exactly. I was the pilot, and I flew the plane into the river. We touched the boat on the river there. But the problem I had was, so changed the strategy kind of going into it. Originally I was going to do the farther, when the rope's the longest, I was going to do half. And then he's like, can you take the first running before we even got to the stage? How about you take the first pole? And I said, okay, and I'll take the first half. And for some reason, in my head, I think what I did was I counted, like, based on the half and half in my head of, like, if I do halves, that's like 3 whole poles. And I think I counted my poles like, oh, I did a full pole. I did another half. I did another half. So that's 3 poles, right? Like 3 lengths worth. And I was like, no, but I did the fact that I had counted, since I did the full pole, we're like just counting my reps to kind of keep track of both of ours. But since we changed the strategy, that didn't apply. The math didn't make it wasn't math thing anymore. It was just over. And the thing that annoyed me the most is, like you said, the race brain part of me is like, we did the polls. We did it really quick. Like, the 4 polls we did in like 2.5 minutes or something like that, right? It's like we could have done the next poll in a minute, and who cares if we did 8? Like if like going back to the moment, just being like, I would have been like, why didn't we let's just do it? Like that's what pissed me off the most is like, why didn't I just think that in the moment of like going into it? Because like I think if I thought about that a little bit more, and that's my thought now, especially after an out thing after last week, was from now on, if I'm ever unsure or we get into like I'm racing with someone we're not sure, it's like just do the extra reps. Like like you're not. It's gonna like why not? Like it's if you're being truly competitive, like yeah, it sucks and it might put you a minute or 2 out, but like when we look back at it, right? Like say we were close to that, we were pretty close. I think we were like a couple minutes off the podium there. Like, but say if you're really fighting for that, like that would suck. Like, oh, we extra 2 poles, but like at least you have more of your true time. You kind of know, like you don't have to like I don't know. I feel it makes it almost feel like you didn't get a real time in my mind. The way I look, I'm like, oh, it's a hard. So it definitely just it sucked and like it's annoying. That hurt me the most was like that. I was like, oh, I think we're good. I think we I'm pretty sure we did them all, whatever. And we're both like kind of unsure. I mean, as we start running, I just get like this pit in my stomach of like, now I don't know. But then I don't see the penalty the first time around. And I'm like, okay, maybe we're good. All right, fine. And then it just comes and it's like, what a gut punch on that second time around. I was like, we find out. I was like, fuck. And then I was like, I guess we didn't because like wasn't. That's the thing. Like, I obviously wasn't confident enough. Once I started running, and I was like, oh, I have this feeling. I'm not sure about it. Like, why wouldn't I just have done the extra? And like that sense
Yeah,
of
and again,
like, yeah.
yeah, and again, I think it's when the people next to us left that I thought, well, we came in at
Yeah.
the same time and they left. But then you said they came in after us. What you said something else, then that made me confused even more.
I don't remember that part.
And he's frozen.
Yeah, I don't remember. I thought.
So then we get.
I stopped talking. So.
All right. Well, listen. Why don't we let you go because you're frozen anyway.
I'm going to forever regret not being able to pick apart your brain about all these penalties, Matt.
Right.
Someday we will have a chance to talk.
Come back next week from a better connection. Come back from your house.
Oh, bless his heart.
Yeah.
He's trying so hard.
All right. There he goes. So we get done and I hadn't seen your message yet, which said second. I looked and it says, he goes, this says we're third. And I'm like, what? I'm like, seriously? No, well, first we finish and it says 118, 4 minutes. I'm like, are we, is that with or without the penalties? Like, no, that they're going to add the penalty. And I'm like, that's still a PR for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when we see the third, that's when I made that video because we were going to make a post-race video. Just, hey, we finished. And then I was really mad in that moment because I was like, oh man, like we could have been second, right? Because in these age group things, you know, there's always somebody super fast that's going to get a fucking 103. And it's like, we're not going to catch those people. But again, you get into the older age groups, you might luck out.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then a few minutes later we were fourth and then we're like, okay, we're fine. Cause that was the thing is like, even if we're fourth, but doing that math of 122 minus 4 plus 1, like we still, so once we were officially off the podium, I didn't care. And I haven't dug too into the things, but, clearly I'm like, not even as, I think I ran the same as I ran with you. And I had gotten faster since then and then got slower again, put on more weight, whatever it is, and didn't really put on a training block this time. I'm fine with it. Like I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? I'm okay with it, knowing to know that, okay, I still could do a lot better is it's like, it's fine.
I'm looking at our race and your race that you did this weekend. You are not that far off. Yeah. Especially the runs, which is all, you can't compare the station time. You're two men doing open weight. That is not like grandma.
But I didn't feel bad making him do. I didn't feel bad making him do more of that because I was like,
no, it's like me and Dustin Needham. Like you go right. Like I just ran behind him in the car.
Matt pushes pro weights, so
yes,
I didn't feel bad at all.
No, walk in the park for him. Your runs were actually fairly comparable.
Right, but we were gonna go faster, and I did the thing. Here's the thing, I screwed up my back on the pull again, which is what I did in the early days.
Right. The first race we did.
And I think I know why, because they were so short. Typically I'm walking it back. But with him giving me the second half, I would walk one and then it was pretty much right there. So then you would just kind of yank it 2 or 3 times. Yeah. And I felt my back go and it really knocked me for a loop. So that run is super slow. Mm-hmm. And I was super worried that it wasn't going to come back at all. And it slowly did, but I was just pissed at myself. And I probably could have, I forgot it was shorter. I could have just started when I started. I didn't have to do the other side thing. But the funny thing is, Mike Stefano and I were messaging, and, you know, I know Mike Stefano, Obstacle Running Adventures podcast. Like I know him since he started his podcast, and he came up to me on the the Spartan Cruise in 2014 or 15. And like, he had one of my Run OCR shirts on and like, I signed his book and like, we've become like really close over the years.
Yeah. You've got a history.
He met my kids when they were tiny, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so happy for him and Caitlin, right? They've, you know, got engaged and then married. And anyway, so it's his first one and he's running with Joe Rucco. And I was like, oh, cool. Now, like, it'll be fun. We could like have a battle with these guys. And I was telling Mike, I was telling Matt, I go, listen, I'm sure they're going to go out faster than us and don't worry about it. Like, I know that we'll catch them by the second or third station. We got to the ski a couple stations ahead of them. And then I kind of never saw them again. So then it was like, okay, are we still going to beat them with this penalty? right? When we finished the wall balls, I was like, okay, let's see where he is. And we did still beat him. So moral victory there, right?
Super important.
Right.
Super
Beat your
important.
friends. Always, right? Beat your friends. It's like beating your friends in the local 5K. So that was important.
Yes.
But I want to say that part of me, like, it really changes, like being sick of being there, for example, right? And then you race, and I think I said the same thing last time. Then you love HYROX again. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's almost like if I could race every other day on a 4-day trip, then I would love it every time because, you're in it, you're sweating, everyone's cheering for you. You know what I mean? It was, it's just great. It's just, you kind of fall in love with it as you're doing it. Didn't love the runs. So the run layout, which is apparently it was the same way last year. So you're running clockwise instead of
which
the
we're not used
normal,
to.
instead of the normal clockwise. And
Right.
so the fast lane is on the right and fast lane is on the right. So you're not saying on your left, which is what you normally are saying, you're saying on
Okay.
your right. And so basically the slow lane, the way they divvied it up was inside the pillars or outside the pillars. And Matt was like, well, we can run outside the pillars. I'm like, no, that's probably an extra 1K if you go outside the
A lot
pillars.
extra, right.
I can't afford to do that. He's like, well, on the one side, we'll start over there because that's where people are coming out of the chute and it's super crowded. But on the other side, we will. And so then, and easily 2 lanes of people can be on the inside of the pillar.
Mhm.
And so most guys were figuring it out. Like they would just go around me, but other guys were like screaming like on your left. And it's like, actually, dude, just go to your right and you're fine. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But they're
Mhm.
yelling like, and one guy said to not us, but somebody like behind us, like, if you're going slower than 4K, you didn't, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Just like a lunatic. And the guy who was going like my pace was like, good luck the rest of the way, buddy, which I appreciated. He's just like, fuck off, dude. But it did feel a little crowded. And it's just, I couldn't figure out why you can't just flip it. Why couldn't you just go the other way? But I guess if you do the math, the pillars to be in the way or whatever, I guess I trust they couldn't make it work otherwise. For the size of the venue, like to have 50 sleds and 50 wall balls and all the rest of it. So didn't love that.
And my impression was that it was just the pillars felt like just mentally it took up so much space. Like it made it so hard, right?
Well, again, I just think making you run the wrong way just never, it kind of never felt natural. Like even at like the 8th station, I'm just like, this is weird. And then you're cutting in on the right. It's just from the right. It was just weird. So Matt would still go far over to the left. I think Matt's just more of a roof faller and nicer than me. I don't know, but I was like, fuck that. Like literally, wouldn't that be an extra K?
That'd be a lot. Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to be more cognizant of that than him.
Yeah, because he's fine.
He could do it. Yeah.
Right. Even though he just did a double sim the night before. But yeah, so I'm trying to think of anything else that jumped out at me about the race necessarily. Just that I like doing it and it's good to have a goal to train for. And now it's like, okay, well now it's time to get back into a training block. Because I didn't really this time.
Yeah. Well, if we ever get a race on the calendar, then, it would be good to have sort of weeks that we know that we could actually start working towards stuff. So, that'll happen.
Right.
It'll
happen. So let's talk about, this is what I wanted to say. So I want to look this up because, there was, again, Instagram messages, I think more email should go out, but Instagram messages like, this is the code. It's yellow today. Drink water. And then a couple times it was red. Like, it's really fucking hot today. And it's like, didn't you guys just have someone die last week? Like, so the Peachtree Road Race happens here in Atlanta. And when it gets to level red, they don't have the race and they stop it. And it, of course, makes a lot of people mad. It's usually the slower people, right? Because the thing starts at 7:30. But by 10 or 11, if it's red, maybe it's black. I don't know. But it feels like they've shut it down. I feel like a lot in the summer. And, you make a few thousand people mad and whatever. But I don't know that whether, like, what's more dangerous. Because I saw people walked out on stretchers, wheeled out on stretchers, like looking white and ashen. You know what I mean? Like there was definitely some of that. So I was like, I wasn't worried for myself or necessarily the other people, but I'm just saying, considering they just had this happen, I'm surprised that red level wasn't scary enough. Like 90 plus degree weather. I guess with the water, they feel like, well, with the wind coming off the water, they're not going to overheat. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think that, look, this is me coming off a weekend where I did one of my last workouts before Stockholm, one of my last big ones.
And you live on the sun.
I live on the sun. And I woke up that morning and I had 3 options for where I could do this workout, right? Option 1 is Lifetime Fitness, which doesn't have decent sleds. It just has tanks. And I kind of wanted to have sort of a good sled experience. Option 2 was another gym, which is just fraught with peril in other ways. And then you've got your metal. I've got some too. I'm going to get some out in a minute. So, yay, metal. I haven't tried that flavor yet. Option 3 was my house, which I have a full HYROX setup now, but I need to run outside. And this workout was going to be the first 4 stations, and I'm running like 500 meters in between. But then between the first 4 stations and the last 4 stations where I'm doing the same thing, I just run a flat out 3K. I just go, right? So the first 4 stations go pretty well because it's kind of breezy. And I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. I'm going to start at like 7:30. It's going to be fine. I'll be done by like 9 from all of this nonsense. So the first 4 stations go fine. I get done with that 3K and I come rolling in to try to row. And it was just a nightmare. I didn't even know what was wrong with me. Like I was so sick. I was like physically ill, right? Felt like I needed to throw up. There's all that stuff that goes on with heat exhaustion. And when you're busy working, you're not paying attention to that. Like you have to be very, very smart about managing heat and thermal management in general and trusting 25,000 people to do that when they're all excited and they're all dressed up and they spent all this money.
And some haven't trained.
Right. You know, it's like, oh, it'll be fine. No, like I was not fine. I spent the rest of the day flat on my back. Right. And so I was thinking about you guys.
How many times per HYROX do you see, I feel like it's almost always men, like literally laying on the course, like pulled off to the side, and somebody from HQ is like stretching out their cramp?
Yeah, it's cramps. It's like people throwing up over, that was happening.
And so like, I used to get cramps at like an Ultra Beast from like climbing over walls and stuff and World's Toughest Mudder. But like, they're just not stretched out, I guess. Like, cause they look fitter than me, right?
Yeah. It's not about fitness. It's about the heat, right? It's about the heat exhaustion and it's about the overexertion.
Even in an indoor venue with air conditioning, you almost always see it, right? You almost always see someone stretching out some kind of cramp issue. And like, you're like, you okay? Fine, just cramp.
Some people say, you'd ask Bracken Crocker, he would say it's a volume issue, that you haven't trained with enough volume. And so your muscles aren't ready for the actual event. That's what he would say.
Probably.
But
I think a lot of people, believe it or not, do jump in, like for people that jump into like a Spartan race. They just, I kind of forgot to train and they just kind of do it. Right.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah.
So, what was I going to say? What the heck were we talking about the race?
Here's what I will say while you're thinking about what you were going to say. Look, how many people? 50,000 people went through this race, and last weekend was amazing. And this past weekend, not so great, right? You just never know. We've got the other outdoor races that are becoming pretty iconic. Berlin, people know what they're going to get, and it's going to be so fun. I think they'll have more in Cancun because I think people loved it, even though, again, they raced on the sun. It was, humid, all that sort of stuff. But people are expecting that. And I don't think they're necessarily expecting to PR if they're going to Cancun. They probably had a good time the night before and they're going to have a good time that night. It just surprises me that an event like New York, where you're going to have 50,000 people plus who want to sign up, that they're going to roll the dice on that event and have it outdoors. Wow. Why not make Pier 76 a one-off and then have it in New Jersey or something, right? Like have it somewhere where you can actually control the circumstances.
So if you recall, when I chatted with Mo after New York the first year, or maybe after Berlin, and I said, if you guys continue to do more outdoor events, he's like, oh no, we're definitely going back. Like they love it, especially Christian. I think really loves the these specimen events.
Yeah.
So yes, know you're going to roll the dice, right? Know that you're pretty lucky if you only lose one day. So let's talk about the decision to credit and not refund. And considering when they did it, okay? They did it at 5:50 on Saturday. So I don't know how many thousand people it is, but I don't think is it 10% of the event?
Yeah, it's not as many,
Maybe five, maybe a couple thousand
It was
people. Just give them,
men's pro doubles and women's pro doubles. That was the two,
yeah,
right?
just give them the money back. He's right, but that's it's okay. So if you're going to do 3 outdoor events a year and that's what happens, then that's what you do every time. And you made a gazillion dollars and it's less work for your team for you to
Right.
credit back the people. And then if something goes wrong there, and then if something happens after when they try to register the next time because you've credited them, it's just more work. So why not just not even about fairness? Just it's like you know what I'm saying? Like, just if it's me, it's like, how many people is it? Great, refund. And then there's no fucking complaining. I mean, there is still complaining. Well, we drove there. What about our hotel? Like, there's that, but who cares? That's always going to be that. Just give them their fucking money back, and then everyone's clean, and you move on. And again, if someone says precedent, it's like, right, but again, how many times is weather going to stop it? If it's twice a year out of 130 events, you just deal with that as a cost of doing business.
It's a good faith effort on their part. And from what I understand,
it's great for PR. It's wow, they gave us our money back.
Yeah. Yeah. They actually recognize that this was a huge inconvenience and that we spent so much money to get here and to begin with. Right. So just a nice gesture on their part. From what I understand, these folks now get early access to Dallas. Is that what it is?
That's the booby prize, as we say.
Can I tell you what a garbage thing that is to get early access to anything in HYROX anymore? Like, I have early access and it doesn't help me at all. I still can't get tickets.
I think the phrase was different. I think it's actually spots. Let me look at the.
You actually have a spot. Okay. You have like a code that gets you in no matter what.
I think, let me look at the verbiage.
The whole thing sells out, and yet you can still throw in your code and it's going to open up a space for you.
Hang on. As an immediate measure, we will proactively reserve an allocation of tickets for our upcoming Dallas launch for athletes who may be interested in applying their credit to this race while we finalize broader early access arrangement. We ask that you kindly refrain from contacting customer support. Good luck with that one.
Please don't talk to us. It is far too big of an event for them to have it be subject to the weather. I think it's gorgeous. Keep it, but don't have this be the only New York event.
Well, I agree. I love what Matt says about the fall New Jersey situation or whatever they're going to do. But yeah, again, I'm not angry. I'm not mad. I think a credit is nice because the reason you have a no cancellations, no refunds policy is because it's just easy, right? I broke my leg. I forgot I had a wedding, whatever it is. And that's why they have the flex, which is, I think, I don't have a problem with the flex. People seem to have a problem. I don't. I'm happy to pay $30 knowing it gets me out, which most races you can't. Any kind of race, 5K, anything, you paid.
Yeah.
So I understand why you have the no refunds policy, but then as the manager, as the boss, you can still say, but guess what? This time, here you go. No bitching, out of your hair. Here's your money back. So yeah, it seems like there's something, and again, I'm a little annoyed as to why Instagram stories is your preferred method of message. It should be a method, not the only method. Yes. And again, if you are not tied into the system, if you did fly all the way there, God bless you, and you get to this, and you did get to the Javits Center, and then you did walk down, and literally as you get there, they say, sorry, you can't race. I can imagine like it's pretty soul crushing, right? Like try to put myself in their shoes. For me, it's like, oh, well, I can't race. I'll do the next one, whatever. Does that then entitle you to rant and rave and say they owe you everything? Like, no, it's just stuff does happen. You did register for an outdoor event. And unless you were that one gal last week who was like, I didn't know we were outdoors.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
So I'd say, but yeah, I mean, the stuff, it's what everybody keeps saying. Like, as I keep talking to more and more brands and people getting into this space is, they do use that phrase rock star, which I'm going to start using more and more unironically, by the way. I did it the other night when I found Chelsea and them on the street. I go, hey, we're all hybrid rock stars out here. Fuck it. I'm leaning into it, motherfuckers. You do feel like a rock star, right? It's the whole setup. It's the whole thing. The fact that they're finding ways to individualize it with the hot dog stand, and they were giving away pierogies, and like every city is now having these different things. Like these are the nice touches. One thing I noticed, remember how we were saying, I forgot which one it was. We were like, they're the title sponsor, but it like you didn't even notice it. Like, what did they bother to do? So this time it was the NYU Langane Health one.
Right.
And
is that like a hospital?
Exactly. Right. I spent 2 weeks there. Beats the fuck out of me. But they did have you walked in and you go into the thing and there's merch and there's PUMA and there's Amazfit, right? But as you left where that kettlebell was, where people were taking picture by that kettlebell, on that side, and I literally never saw it until me and Matt walked by that last day. I had literally never seen it, even though I'd walked by there, because you had to go, depending on the way you went out. Basically, it's like, God, you're the title sponsor. I should have seen you when I walked in, right? So I don't quite know. I think people are not smart about using the naming rights. Like they figure out they should spend the money, but then don't quite do it appropriately. Like I again, like seems like a weird thing.
You know who nailed it was the feed.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way,
everybody's walking around with those bags. We all got the free bags and we're all using them and they're amazing. And why aren't they doing something like that?
They're
Give us
still
all
giving out
stethoscopes from the hospital.
Whatever. They're still giving out free bags at every event, by the way, at the feed. But I just, people don't use them because we already all have them. Here's a question. Remember Nashville sold out in 5 seconds, but like Salt Lake City didn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tampa didn't sell out, right? Whatever it is.
Right.
With an event this big, does this mean that the next event that goes on sale, Dallas, is sold out as quick as any of them? Because people, if it was their first one, they go, oh, wow, I have to do this again.
That's what I'm seeing on social media. They are hooked. Like they're so excited on that Facebook page, which is my number one go-to for entertainment. I just finished New York and it's so fun. And, I want to do this one and this one. And they're asking all these questions and they don't realize it's going to be hard to get in, but they are all in on it. And I think you're right. I don't know if you ever did this, but after every Spartan race I ever did, I was immediately signing up for one. Like that night, I was finding the new one to sign up because you just feel so good and you want that feeling like what you were talking about. You want to race. It makes you feel so good. They're locked in the rest of the season.
The difference was there were also like 10 postcards on my car about 5 other like shitty local ones. And I signed up for those too. Right. That was like the thing. And here we can't do that. I mean, I think every event moving forward, it will be 4 days minimum, right?
Right.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes.
And I don't know. I just realized, like, did we already miss the sale that the race that you and I were going to do? Because Matt was asking me about racing together. And I'm like, wait, have those gone on sale yet?
So we tried Tampa. That's what we were going to try. And we couldn't get in. I had early access and was not able to get in. And then you were able to almost grab us a ticket. And then you tried my volunteer code and it all just exploded.
I paused for a half of a second.
And you cannot make any sudden moves with those. You just have to do it.
And what's interesting is that they do have do you want to be on the wait list, but they don't really email anybody from the wait list anymore. They just slowly release them.
I feel completely ignored on the wait list. Yeah.
So let's keep trying.
Right. We will. Dallas goes on sale early access tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes.
I thought you were going to shit on Dallas, by the way. You were like, oh, talk about the worst city to get. I thought that's what you were going to say.
No, I'm not going to say that. Dallas is kind of the home of all of this in a lot of ways. I mean, Chicago and Dallas feel like the ones where that's where everybody went, back in the day. So Dallas is going to be incredible.
So should we sign up for that one?
I don't even know what the date is. We'll have to talk about it. Because now, okay, here's the problem is I'm starting to, your life starts to stack up, right? You start having things show up that means that you can't do this or you can't do that. And I'm looking at other events and I want to be open. Dallas is in November?
Okay, so here's what we've got. We've got Denver. November 13th through 15th is Denver.
Okay.
Dallas is, oh my God. You know how many days Dallas is already?
Is it like 6?
Is 5.
5
It's,
days. Okay. They're smart. It'll sell.
so Anaheim, but Anaheim is only 4. Nashville 4.
When is Dallas?
Vancouver 3.
Right. When is Dallas?
Dallas is the week before Thanksgiving or the week before Thanksgiving.
Do you want me to try for Dallas tomorrow?
I think we should definitely try for Dallas.
Okay.
Has Anaheim gone on sale? Has Nashville gone on sale?
Nashville and Anaheim have not gone on sale.
Nashville's
they're sort of chipping away, right?
Nashville's the one I really want because that's close to me. I mean, Nashville and Tampa. I feel like I got to get to those regardless.
Oh, of course. Of course. Yeah. And so, no, find somebody for Nashville. You'll have a great time there. It won't be me, though.
Okay. Well, Matt and I need to raise.
You have unfinished business.
For sure. We have unfinished business.
Nashville's going to be a hoot. You know they're going to do a great job with it. I think people are going to have a wonderful time. I think anybody who's coming from out of the country, I think Nashville would be a great one to do. Really great one. So, yeah, I like that. All right. I'll try for Dallas for us. I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay. You put in no notes this week, which is very rare for you.
I don't know. It's just been New York, and I've been trying to practice Swedish. I am packing for Sweden.
You're practicing Swedish?
Don't you want to at least be able to say hello to people and talk to them a little bit?
Of course I do. But I said 2 years ago, I said I would learn German so I could talk to HYROX HQ, and I haven't done it yet.
So Swedish is down low on your list. Do you know how to say hi?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me hi.
Hey. It's like, hey. Yeah, I can't even. In the
you know what? It's hey dua. It's hey dua, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a little more. Yeah, there's more of that. Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Okay.
That I figured would come up on the show, but now it's finally coming up on the show. When I moved to Boston to do stand-up in 1996, let's see, it had to be 98 or 99. I met this girl at a concert. I was 24. I think she was 21. She was a nanny in like Marblehead, which is like a rich town in Boston. Like Swedish, adorable, right? Adorable.
Every Swede I've met is adorable.
No, they're gorgeous people.
They are.
So she has a bunch of friends. They're also nannies. They all kind of hang out. So we start dating and she's like, oh, I'm having a party. Like we're having a party. She had the cute accent. It was great. Having a party. And like, you can bring your friends. And so I brought these 2 friends of mine, both named Jeff. And we get to this party and it's a bunch of 22-year-old Swedish girls. And they were like, this is like a beer commercial. Like, this is the greatest thing in the world.
You just need twins. Right?
Exactly. Is this real life? It was really one of those moments. And it occurred to me, like, it wasn't as soon as Sweden was announced, but I don't know, a couple months ago, I was like, oh, wow. Like, I'm going to Sweden. But here's the good news, because I am half tempted to look her up. I'm very happily married, ladies and gentlemen. But like, just like, did she turn out pretty? Is she fat now? It's been 30 years, right?
Right. Wearing lederhosen or something. No, that's
her name is Katarina Jonsson, which is like, it may as well be Jane Smith, right? So I will not find her, right?
Right.
But yeah. Yeah, it was like, I mean, I think we dated all of like 3, like it was just the summer. She was only there for the summer, but at the time I was quite heartbroken when she moved away. It was very sad.
Kind of a fling though.
We couldn't even stay in touch. Because like, you know what I mean? Like this is like pre-email. I mean, I think
you didn't have the same phone number.
Email was a thing. You definitely didn't have the same phone number. I had to use a calling card to call her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was all these boop, 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 boop. Anyway,
that's a good story.
Katarina Jonsson. Like she's gonna look like an old woman now, right? I mean, I'm sure she's lovely, but she is gonna look like an old woman. And the last time I saw her, and I don't have any pictures. I sadly am the kind of person that would rip up girlfriends' pictures. Like I just didn't want to ever think about them again. So I kind of think in my mind what she looks like, but I don't know really.
Well, imagine how disappointed she'd be because you haven't changed a bit.
Oh, look at you. I look pretty much the same. I mean, I have way less hair, but I look about the same.
Yeah, I've seen old pictures of you. I suppose you have.
Right.
I've been meaning to track down the John Candy clip of when he talks to the Swedish doctors in Splash. I thought if I could just say what he says to them, then I'd be fine.
Should we pull up that clip?
If you can find the clip, I've been meaning to and I haven't. But anyway, that's kind of been like, Look, I get really nervous when I, especially, look, I'm traveling for a race where I'm racing doubles. I want to do a good job for my partner. I'm trying really hard. I'm running out in the sun. I'm getting myself sick. Like, it's not going great. And so, yeah, I was a little occupied. Like, you guys were having a great time in New York, and I was just over here, huddled in a corner, just, in a fetal
Melting in the
position.
sun. I can't believe I
Yeah.
just remembered "Hey Dua" though, because like that literally I haven't heard that since I think she said it. Like "Hey Dua," like
Yeah,
that's.
yeah.
Anyway, here we go. Let's share this little clip.
Okay.
Johansson from the Stockholm Institute. I thought,
What's the most valuable?
Dr. Kornbluth, I wasn't expecting you back today.
these are Doctors Jared and Johansson from the Stockholm Institute.
I thought they were coming in later with Dr. Ross.
Oh, no. No, that story was just to fool the press.
Oh. Hey, I'm half Swedish. Hej, hur har resan varit hittills?
Ja.
Oh, yeah.
Ja, sure.
Yeah.
Ja.
Yeah.
Ja. Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Ja,
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Well, just a second. Vad gör en svensk vetenskapsman så långt väg från Sverige?
Hej, Raring. Jag har en turf and en Tums penis.
Dr. Kornbluth,
Well, there
I
you go.
wasn't expecting.
There you go. It's the answer to everything.
From the Stockholm Institute.
Anyway,
Well,
so
the-
no notes.
The good news is I'm really excited about World Champs, but the bad news is I'm leaving in like 6 days now. I'm going on Sunday.
You're going on Sunday,
Going
so
on
we're not
Sunday.
going to be
I got
talking
a
next
very,
week.
I got a very no. We can talk next week. We can record from Sweden maybe.
Okay.
When are you getting there?
What could possibly go wrong?
I did it in Germany. I stayed up late for you guys. Remember I did it in
Okay.
Germany?
Yeah, well, you'll still be on our time too, so that won't be hard. But I
of course,
leave. Yeah, I leave that Monday night.
Okay,
So,
then we can't then.
well, no, I leave at like 9:00 Monday night, so plenty of time. I was gearing up to have one last podcast, and then I was going to get on a plane.
Okay. All right. We'll sort it. We'll play it by ear. We'll figure it out. Yes, I have been invited to a few special things.
Tell me about them.
Well, I will tell you about them offline, and then we will see said special things when I'm there. How about that?
After the fact, you can talk about them.
No. It's not. They're not secret. I'm just things are in motion. That's all. But you'll
Okay.
know the people listening and watching will know because I will be reporting from there. I'll be like, oh look, I'm here. But it's not like big secrets. But anyway,
Okay.
I'm now going early for that reason. Is the point? My trip got extended. So
Do you anticipate, like, isn't there usually the big press conference on Wednesday before everything? Do you know?
I have not been invited to said press conference yet. I was going to email my friend Matt Locke probably the end of this week to ask him because nothing's gone out yet. These things tend to get finalized late. But the race starts 7 p.m. Thursday, a week from this Thursday. So, yes, I assume that Wednesday will be the press conference. But like I said, I'm going to wait till the end of this week to ask.
Okay. Because that's usually when they say all the things, right?
Oh, well, I wasn't expecting last year at all. I thought typical press conference, blah, blah, blah. We're great. We did this many, whatever. Here's your elite athletes. But no, last year they gave us the whole season.
Mhm.
Or most of the they gave us the world champs the next year. They gave us the majors. So yeah, I'm hoping big things.
Okay. Because that's really what I'm anxious to find out about is
Right.
all that stuff. And I do
Right.
think, I mean, people are sending me a lot of messages, and I think everybody's kind of very curious about how age group is going to turn out after this. Did you hear what they're doing to even, I'm pretty sure it's even age groupers for world championships. this
Oh
year.
yes, the big PUMA news today.
Yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this because I used to be kind of in contention to win these things, and now I'm kind of not. And I'm like,
Now
oh
you're
shoot,
an old hag.
I'm a sea hag. Have you seen that episode yet?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
We could talk about that later. But yeah, like they're getting some sweet stuff. Not only do they get a free cruise, right? If they win, if you win, you get a free cruise. Which I'm assuming they're flying us there and putting us up in a hotel too. They wouldn't make people pay. I'm just kidding. Anyway, free cruise, and then some sort of PUMA deal where you can be part of this.
I'll read said PUMA deal after the short message. I have to use the restroom. So
you do.
So if you hold for a moment and don't speak, I can edit around this. If you talk a lot, I can't. So it's up to you. Put yourself on mute. Gee, Matt, why do you have to go to the bathroom? I don't know, because I'm drinking 2 cups of coffee and a medal during this conversation. Is that why you think I go to the bathroom?
The medal is highly hydrating and also has enough carbonation that there's a little bit of feedback sometimes, but it's extremely
good. I enjoy that. Very nice burp. Go ahead.
I do too.
Yours up.
Okay. So this is mine.
This is mine. Oh, wait, you're reversed. We got to reverse you.
Okay, reverse me. I usually don't reverse me because I like the other side better. But yeah, there we are. There's your thumbnail.
Exactly. And I'm going to put you back because I like you that much that I'll.
Yeah. See, thank you. Yeah.
Anyway,
okay. The PUMA deal.
PUMA deal.
It was hard. The year that I lost by 1 second, less than 1 second, they gave the winners little kettlebells, like these little center kettlebells that were really adorable. And I was like, oh man, like I never win anything fun like that.
Oh, quick update. So people were talking about the new sleds, and there were in fact new sleds for week 2, not because it was week 2, but because they apparently do have some sort of mileage counter they keep on these. And that happened to come due after week 1. Maybe it was because that's so big, or maybe now every new place will get new sleds because it's always the beginning. I don't know, but that's why they were traded out. So there were in fact new sleds.
All right.
Okay.
Let me say, while you're looking that up though, and you're talking about sleds, there are still too many complaints about the sleds. They haven't fixed the problem.
They will never fix the problem.
Yeah. And what's up with that? Fix the problem.
No, they're not going to. Did we already go over this, that they could put runners on them and that would make it all fair?
They could do all the things, right? And they're not doing any of it. And now people are like positioning themselves for station 2 and 3 and letting people go by so that they don't get certain lanes, and they're watching the lanes before they get to their races. It's ridiculous. Anyway.
Here we go. PUMA has announced today a first of its kind athlete program MME, because these Europeans, taking place. Podium finishers in every single division race will be offered the chance to sign as an upcoming PUMA athlete for the forthcoming season. More info on what that program will include. Wait. I'm looking at the press release. Project Podium continues. All right, I'm just going to have to read this because it's small.
Do you want to borrow my glasses?
I'm trying to make this larger. I'm trying to read the part that isn't just PR fluff. The reveal of Project Podium continues PUMA's unrivaled event of sub-elite athletes. Thank you. Have seen significant success in the Project 3 running initiative, which launched in January 2025, has engaged more than 6. See, it's all PR fluff. I'm trying to get to the part that actually matters. None of it matters. Oh, here you go. The top performers will receive industry-leading performance support through access to PUMA's elite HYROX athletes and training resources, be equipped with PUMA's best-in-class training footwear and apparel, and gain direct access to PUMA's innovation experts, engineering, the next generation of HYROX performance products, all designed to help athletes unlock new personal bests, push the boundaries of performance through the 26-27 season, and pursue qualification for the 27 HYROX World Championships. Reading between the lines, what do you think that actually means? What will they actually get?
What they actually get is a pair of shoes and maybe a race kit of some sort, like shorts and a top or something like that, right? No tops for men. And then probably a link to some sort of video library of coaching stuff to help you get better, which
won't get like Joanna and Rich's direct cell number I can contact and ask him for training tips.
Yeah. Like, look, anybody who wins world championships already has an excellent coach. They don't need any of that stuff. They'll like the shoes. They'll have a good time with the shoes. None of the rest of it sounds as useful maybe as they would like it to be. That's my opinion.
I'll give them an A for effort though. I like, people love free stuff. People will definitely love a pair of free shoes. People love feeling special. I
absolutely agree.
What's interesting though is that much like the VJs in Spartan, everybody's already wearing these things.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
those pink things are everywhere.
Yeah.
And pink isn't even a color that people usually like to run in, but everybody buys those things. The white colorway came out. I saw a pair. They're the same shoe, just white.
What were you running in? What were you running in?
I run in the PUMA DV8 Elite 4 regular, not the PUMA DV8 HYROX, and they actually did fall off during sled push. I was very frustrated.
Okay.
Probably a user error. So, I mean, yeah, make people feel special, give them a free thing.
I think it would be
there's
cool.
also, hang on, there's a midsummer shakeout run on Friday, June 19th, guiding runners through central Stockholm before finishing at the iconic Gröna Lund theme park, which will be exclusively open to PUMA runners. The first 100 runners to arrive at the meet point will be able to exchange their shoes for a pair of DV8 Nitro Elite HYROX. That's the pink one. The event is ticketed capacity is limited. Signups are available here. Oh shit, I should have already signed up. It's probably gone.
Oh yeah, it's probably gone. Yeah.
Reserve a spot.
I think that people, you work on that. I think that people would be very flattered to be part of this. I think it's a really good idea that they're doing it. And I think that they're going to like to put that on their Instagram bio, that they're one of these representatives, that they're part of the sub-elite team or whatever. I think that's pretty cool. It's very nice to be recognized. I remember you interviewed me. One of your first interviews with me was after my second Triple Crown from DECA in Dallas. And you said, well, what did they do for you? And I said, nothing, there was no recognition. No, you were just kind of surprised. And you just thought it was kind of lame that they didn't do anything. And they really don't have any kind of special recognition or anything like that. And it would be very cool. What I find is that the races I win, there's never special recognition. And the races I don't win, everybody gets all this fanfare. So that's why I know I'm doomed in Stockholm.
Well, again, I'll give them an A for effort on it. I can tell you that
I think it's super cool.
Again, more what we like, Cheryl, what we like is not social proof, but what's the word we're looking for? We like social proof and something else proof that we're in a real sport, right?
Yes.
So there is, in fact, a PUMA house, a Nike house, an Adidas house. There might be a Rad house. I'll have to ask Lauren. I haven't heard from those people. But this is becoming Spartan World Champs is becoming like, CrossFit Games or, the Super Bowl. Obviously nothing compares to the Super Bowl, but you know what I'm saying? This is a place where you need to be and need to activate. So this is the kind of
right.
So what's the word I'm looking for? There's just these are, things in the right direction that these things weren't in Vegas in 22. There was nobody setting up anything outside of Vegas, right? It was just the pot festival. Remember that? Remember it was a CBD festival? Do you remember?
I don't remember that. That's fantastic.
How do you not remember that?
Look, I showed up because World Championships was on one day, right? I showed up when it was still dark so that I could judge in lunges all day. I judged through the elites and then I went home. I saw nothing.
Oh, so the convention happening Hall D was the CBD pot convention and and we were Hall C. So we walked past it, but apparently that's so funny.
I was too busy being official. I think about Manchester. My husband and I were talking about, the next year was Manchester. And they just had all the athletes sort of corralled in this one little area. And then they made all of our family and friends be outside. And we just kind of had to stand there waiting in our shirts. And we were right in front of these stadium seats. And then they just would call our country and we'd all filter in and go sit down. And that took about 25 minutes because there were maybe, 1,000 of us there. It wasn't a lot. And it was such a small venue. And, Nice got a little bigger. Chicago was not quite big enough. I actually think. I think the stadium is what we need. And so they have the room to do all this stuff. I'm really looking forward to see. And they're going to have this food thing going on the whole time and kind of like that tailgate party in Phoenix where they just had outdoor stuff going on all the time. My impression is that's what's going to be happening now. So I think it's going to be great.
So I did talk to a Swede and he did say, you were worried about stuff not being open. And he did say that the either the Friday or the Saturday is the day that like nobody is in town. Like
Yeah, it's like a
literally nobody.
national holiday, the midsummer holiday where stores are closed. They
Right,
don't have
so-
anything open. Yeah.
Right. So we'll have to scrounge for food in Stockholm. But I'm sure it's lovely. Should we look at the weather? Let's look at the weather.
I looked at the weather. It's not too bad. Not too bad.
Stockholm weather.
When I get there Tuesday night. By the time we're done traveling, it'll be Tuesday night, and it's going to be kind of mid 60s and rainy.
I don't love that.
Yeah, it's kind of what we're,
So
it's
Tuesday
not going to be
rainy, Wednesday sunny, Thursday sunny, but then who knows from there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Like, who knows? It's way too early to guess.
Mhm.
If you trade in your shoes at this midsummer event for PUMA, all traded in footwear will be responsibly recycled or rehomed.
Oh,
So they're going to give it to a new home.
yeah. Somebody, if they're in good enough shape.
What is the Gröna Lund? I want to see what this is, that it's so special that we get to go in it. It's an amusement park? Hang on. Wait a minute. Hang on. It's an amusement park. Why don't use those words? They should use the word amusement park.
I thought
Otherwise,
you
it's
said it was an amusement park.
no, it just says, hang on. Grunewald. Oh, it does say theme park.
Yeah, theme park. That's what. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's going to be some fun content right there.
So a Swedish theme park. What kind of themes do you think? Because all our theme parks are all European, right? Like after Manchester, we went to Wales and we went to this castle, and I was like, I've been to a million of these. They're just built by Disney, right? So, but it was just an actual castle. I wonder what theme parks are like in Europe.
Well, are they going to open the whole freaking park though for a couple hundred people? Like they can't have ride operators. I've got to ask. I'll have to ask my contact there.
And this is Friday afternoon.
So this is after the races. This is after singles and doubles, right? No,
So
doubles is
Friday night.
Doubles is Friday night.
Yeah. Late Friday night.
Yeah, 8 p.m. local time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. They're starting at 7 the night before.
They are doing that because they needed to find a place to put the 60 plus athletes that they originally kicked out.
That's right. All right. Well, I think I'm good for the week. Are you good?
I had no notes.
No
I got
notes.
nothing to talk about. Yeah.
All right.
It's good. I was gearing up for next week for Stockholm, but yeah, we'll see if you're able to hop on or not.
All right. We might even. What if? Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll talk to Dave. We'll figure it out.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Good to see you. Congratulations.
Thanks. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.